coming to you live from Nairobi, Kenya. This is TV47 Weekend. Topics. Tonight, President William Ruto has broken his silence on his proposal to Parliament to amend the Constitution.
That is why we want our oversight institutions, Parliament, the opposition, to be empowered so that they can ensure that public resources are used properly.
The Kenya Kwanza Alliance dismissing claims that it is out to silence the opposition through the creation of the official leader of the opposition. Also tonight, more than 1,500 healthcare workers from Mombasa County promised to down the tools starting midnight, following a one-week strike notice.
Sasa tunachohitaji ni kudahi. We are demanding. Mishahara yetu ya miezi miwili ndio bare minimum. Na kutoka pale tutaweza kuendelea na mbele.
And as the country's top leadership insists on embracing innovation, we feature a young man who used damaged pieces of electronics to come up with a radio station that broadcasts across a radius of 25 kilometers.
Kile ambacho nilikuwa napenda sana, nilikuwa napenda kufanya kitu practical. Si kusikia, si kitu ya kusikia. Nilikuwa napenda sana kufanya kitu practical.
Catherine Simolo is on the sign language docket, and Stanley Nyiringita. You can always talk to us on our socials, which are below your screens. Now, tonight, a legal battle looms on President William Ruto's push to amend the Constitution through parliamentary initiative after opposition leader Raila Odinga objected to the push, terming it as a not people-driven and a move that amounts to reintroducing the Building Bridges initiative, which was annulled by the Supreme Court. President William Ruto, speaking in Nyandarua County today, defended the move, saying he wants to empower oversight institutions without dragging the country through a costly referendum.
President William Ruto and opposition leader Raila Odinga are headed for a clash on the president's push to amend the constitution and create the office of the official opposition leader, among other proposals. The bone of contention being the president's memorandum to Parliament on Friday, proposing constitutional amendments through a parliamentary initiative. The president, who was in Nyandarua County on Sunday for an interdenominational Thanksgiving service, defended his parliamentary push.
And that is why we want our oversight institutions, Parliament, the opposition, to be empowered so that they can ensure that public resources are used properly, are used appropriately, so that we can run an accountable administration, because an accountable administration is the one that will bring transformation to the Republic of Kenya.
Those of us in Parliament, in both houses of Parliament, we shall consider your memorandum, we shall consider all other proposals that will come, and we shall subject them to public participation, so that we also get to hear the will of the people of Kenya.
Odinga, in his statement on Sunday, terms the president's memorandum as puzzling, as it seeks to reintroduce the Building Bridges Initiative BBI, which he opposed, adding that the amendments cannot be processed through the procedure he is prescribing. Odinga, in his statement, says, and I quote, he falls foul of the same demands he made and used to lead the challenge against the BBI, that a president cannot initiate constitutional amendments, that all proposals for the amendments must start with the people, that the process of amendment must be people-driven, that the amendments must chiefly center on the interests of the common mwananchi. Odinga adding that the Azimio principals and legal team will meet on his return from the United States to deliberate on what he calls Ruto's about turn.
You must involve the people first. That is why you saw during the PBI process, there was a team that went all over the country. All over the country. Even if Parliament can change it, and Parliament is the wrong body to change a constitution. Because over the years, we had a very good constitution from Lancaster, but it was messed up by Parliament.
President William Ruto, who coincidentally is also expected in the US later in the week, travels to the global power capital, which is said to be pushing for the creation of a structured office of the opposition leader outside parliament.
Hii kazi mumenipatia na team yetu hii tutafanya na bidii. Tunang'ang'ana kung'ang'ana. Hata wale wa upinzani mimi naona pia wanang'ang'ana. Wanapanga maandamano, wanajaribu kutukosoa, wanajaribu kutukumbusha hiyo mambo yao waendelee.
Let us not get confused like those who are getting confused. That His Excellency has an olive branch, he has a sweet deal, he's probably thinking about a handshake. Mambo ya handshake, Your Excellency, wewe mwenyewe ni wewe ulituambia. Hiyo mambo ndio ilituletea mambo mbaya.
If Odinga becomes the new opposition leader, he will enjoy trappings of power almost similar to the president's, among them enjoying immunity from criminal proceedings, an office funded by the taxpayer, overseeing government affairs, an annual address to parliament, and enjoying government benefits as a state officer, including a retirement package, going by proposals contained in a draft bill. Apul Kamau, TV47.
Thank you, Apul, for that. Now, on Monday, Kenyans will be celebrating the 59th Jamhuri celebrations. President William Ruto will lead the celebrations from Nyayo National Stadium in Nairobi. The government is expected to offer free technology scholarships for adults who will attend the Jamhuri Day celebrations at Nyayo Stadium. The theme for tomorrow's celebration is Innovation Jamhuri Day, and among invited guests are technology leaders from Facebook and Google who will share opportunities available in the digital space.
These celebrations would be slightly different from what we have had previously, in the sense that it's a themed celebration with a focus on ICT. And going forward, we will be doing similar celebrations with various themes, starting with Madaraka Day and of course the other public holidays that will be undertaking in the country. So we expect about 20,000 Kenyans to be seated in the stadium as part of the celebrations. On the ICT scholarship, like we mentioned here on Wednesday, there is an ongoing ICT week as part of the Jamhuri Day celebrations, which is being conducted at KICC. And as we go through the program for the week, then the details of the successful scholars will be communicated.
This government has no discrimination against any Kenyan who wants to attend. Just like it is not going to give special attention to any Kenyan, because they can come in the way they want. We want to use technology to empower people. The people we are targeting are the same people that we targeted for during the last election, last general election, to empower them to a level that they can also take care of their own lives responsibly.
And an extensive report on that is that every Kenyan who attends the 59th Jamhuri Day celebrations on Monday will get a free course sponsored by the University of Arizona in the United States. This is according to President William Ruto. Now, the head of state, who was speaking during the last day of the Jamhuri Tech and Innovation Summit 2022 held at the KICC Nairobi, also noted that he is planning to have a meeting with global tech company Meta in the United States to discuss the monetization of Kenyan digital content creators. The president also, talked about with Kenya being ranked as a global leader in the ICT sector. Ruto has since pledged in his Kenya Kwanza manifesto to broaden this footprint by constructing 100,000 kilometers of fiber optic network, among others commitments. This year's Jamhuri Day has been themed Connect, Innovate, Inspire, and will be focused on technology and digital economy. Ruto was flanked by the Director General of the Communications Authority of Kenya, CAK, Ezra Chiloba, and Safaricom CEO Peter Ndegwa, among other leaders.
Everywhere in the Republic of Kenya. And most importantly, that you will not only have access to the internet, but we already have a conversation with our telcos so that we can have an ICT 4G enabled gadget that you can also use from anywhere and be able to access the jobs we are talking about.
Right, make sure you make your way to National Stadium right in Nairobi today. Basically, some few hours from now on Monday, and make sure that you get yourself a free course among basically others. And also, the Nairobi Festival is up and coming, so you definitely have yourself a planned Jamhuri Day celebrations. Now to some politics. Trouble is brewing in the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Alliance coalition, with a Jubilee party now issuing a 14-day notice revealing intention to quit the party over what its members term as irreconcilable differences. Officials of the party insist that they will not stand further mistreatment. Collins Lusweti with more.
After delegates meeting today, officials of the Jubilee Party Nairobi branch came out guns blazing with a statement saying they are tired and want out of what they called a toxic marriage, calling on the national party officials to ensure the marriage ends in the next 14 days.
Watu wa ODM ambao wanajifanya ndio Azimio peke yao, hata waku consult na Jubilee, walikuwa na frustrate viongozi wote wa Jubilee hapa Nairobi. Jambo lingine, ile agreement ambayo ilipatiano ati tuingie Azimio, wajai shed light, hata hatujui nini walisign. So Jubilee, sisi tunawa-urge within 14 days mkuwe na mechanism sisi tuondoke katika Azimio.
The officials noted that they have experienced what they called first-hand conmanship, politics of deceit and political banditry by ODM party over a number of issues, saying they are in a no point of return stage.
Tumeona hatuheshimiwi. Tunaona kama hapa Nairobi walikuwa wamesema speaker wa Nairobi atakuwa mheshimiwa Ngoro na chama ikaandika barua. Lakini mheshimiwa Ngoro alikuwa short change. Tumekuwa na mheshimiwa mmoja anaitwa Mbatia ambaye alikuwa kuwe chairman wa budget committee, ilibadilishwa ikapatiwa ODM. Tumeona hata kwa National Parliament kiongozi ambaye anaitwa Weluke alikuwa ingia Parliamentary Service Commission, lakini alikuwa short changed. Sisi tunaona hii marriage saa hii si marriage mzuri, lazima tutaondoka.
They also accused ODM Secretary General and Nairobi Senator Edwin Sifuna of frustrating other parties while indicating they have already launched a plan to collect signatures to ratify the exit plan.
Tumeona juzi huyu Sifuna ambaye ni senator wa Nairobi, na tunakuambia Sifuna, wewe heshimu viongozi wa Jubilee. Niliona juzi kututukana watu wa Jubilee, ukitukana Secretary General wetu wa Jubilee, ukisema sisi ni waongo. Sisi tunawaambia nyinyi ndio maconmen ile ambaye haijaonekana hapa Nairobi.
The group further made it clear that Jubilee Party does not support the planned public consultative meetings by Azimio coalition, noting that businesses will be affected greatly by the move.
Hii mambo ya maandamano, sisi kama watu wa Nairobi Jubilee tunaambia Nairobians msikubaliana na hiyo maneno. Kwa sababu saa hii ndio biashara zetu zimeanza kurudi. Tumekuwa na COVID, tena mtuambie maandamano.
They also demonstrated a willingness to work with the Kenya Kwanza government, saying President Ruto had demonstrated good gesture by making their party leader, retired President Uhuru Kenyatta, peace leader in DRC.
Kwanza, kwa sababu mlipatia party leader wetu kazi, na tumeona amefanya kazi nzuri ya kuleta amani Afrika. So sisi hatutaki mambo mingi, sisi tunashukuru rais na chama chake na serikali.
Right now, away from politics to something that is directly involved in the ugali you're probably eating right now. Food security, consumer rights and biodiversity groups today held a demonstration in Nakuru town protesting the government's reversal of a ban on genetically modified foods, saying that the public wasn't consulted on an issue key to the country's economy and safety. The activists have faulted the Kenya Kwanza administration for supporting the lifting of the ban on genetically modified organisms in the country. Chichi Josephine with that story.
Slow Food Kenya, a non-governmental organization, has promoted organic foods in the country, with some of its members saying food security is the quality and safety of food, adding that our cultural and indigenous foods have proven to be safer with less harmful chemical inputs.
Hatutaki GMO kwa sababu tunajua madhara yake kwa afya ni makubwa kushinda manufaa. Hasa so kwa mazingira yetu tunajua GMO itakuja kudhuru hata ile mbegu yetu ya kiasili ambayo tulikuwa tunakuza.
Mimi ni mkulima wa organic. Kutokana na challenge zile ziko za mazingira, naona kama kulima kienyeji ndio ile inatusaidia.
The lifting of the ban on GMO foods opened the market to foreign farmers using sophisticated technologies and highly subsidized farming that risked putting small-scale farmers in Kenya out of business.
Na tunaona kuwa GMO zikizidi kukuja ama zikiendelea kuja, inamaanisha kuwa tutakuwa tukiwapa kipaumbele wale watu ambao wanajihusisha na businesses, biashara.
Mwelekeo ni tukuze mbegu za kiasili, mbegu ambazo zina uwiano na hali ya anga yetu, sio kutuletea mbegu za nje ambazo hazijui hali ya anga yetu.
They say GMOs will put at risk our indigenous seed and plant varieties, adding that the National Biosafety Authority that is meant to regulate GMOs lack the capacity to take on this expansion.
Naomba serikali ikumbuke kuwa 78% ya vyakula ambavyo huwa vinazalishwa nchini vinazalishwa na small scale producers ambao ni mabalozi wetu.
Elsewhere, a farmer in Mabera village, Migori County, is promoting traditional food and seeds and distances himself from the genetically modified organism. John Maigwa has planted bananas, millet, onions and tomatoes in his 15 acres piece of land and uses traditionally made fertilizers that never affect the quality of his produce in the farm.
Mimi situmii mbolea. Unajua kuna wengine ambao wanatumia DAP au CN. Yangu ni manure ya ng'ombe. Ile ni ya ng'ombe. Ndio ninamwagilia now and then.
He says that he uses compost manure that he makes from cow dung and also from goat droppings, which has enabled him to produce crops that are not harmful for human consumption.
Kama sasa ukitaka kupanda saa hii, nitapanda bila hata kuweka chochote. Kwa sababu ile mbegu ile manure bado itakuwa inachanganya na mchanga.
Maigwa now joins a growing number of those urging the government to reinstate the ban on GMO foods and hold an inclusive participatory process with the public to protect indigenous seeds and extend support to farmers, as well as roll out public awareness campaigns across the country. Chichi Josephine, TV 47.
Thank you, Chichi, for that. Now, inmates at Kitale Women Prison have a reason to smile after receiving Jamhuri Day gifts from well-wishers who paid them a visit at the prison. The inmates received foodstuffs and assorted goods, among them sanitary towels. Kenyans of goodwill have also been challenged to remember the less fortunate in the society during this festive season.
I'm Paul Wanyonyi. I'm the director masterclass program. So as teachers, we came together and we say that God has been very faithful to us, and so we decided to celebrate or to do our Thanksgiving today through sharing with the prisoners, and that's why we came together. We did some fundraising, and we bought the things that we've brought here. Mimi, our only message to others is that let us always come together and help those ones who are in need.
Tumefika hapa kwa kukumbuka wafungwa. Watu wengi sana haswa katika jamii indagana pia wao wanakumbuka wafungwa.
Our package today, we managed to bring food stuff, the ungangano, maziwa, fruits like banana, and for basic needs, we managed to bring the sanitary pads, toilet, tissue paper. We also managed to bring soap, and it's not complete. So we ask those people outside there who can manage to support them more, because there are so many.
At least in your time, have a great time to visit those who are less privileged. And we visited the women because we know that the women are the pillar of our community.
Right, some good stuff right there in Kitale. And remember, if you have plenty right now, make sure that you definitely give to those who do not have during this festive season. And on behalf of TV47, happy holidays to you. You can never really finish all those cuckoos and buzzes that you do have right in your homestead. Now to next story, basically in Nakuru. Matatu operators will resume operations in the Nakuru CBD on Tuesday next week after they were forcefully driven out of town in March 2020 in a bid to avoid congestion within the central business district. The PSVs are, however, expected to follow stringent measures by the county government to maintain order. Speaking today during a Thanksgiving service at Mashambani Station led by Nakuru Matatu Owners Association Chairman Peter Ombugu, the stakeholders in the Matatu industry say that they are grateful to Governor Susan Kihika, adding that her decision to have have them operate freely was important to the sector. All right, we definitely have that story later for you, but still in Nakuru, listen to this next story. A young man from Bahati in Nakuru is living proof that one person's trash can truly be another's treasure after he used damaged electronics to damaged electronics to come up with a radio station that broadcasts across 25 kilometers. Daniel Gadhaiya, commonly known as Mawaya, has also invented a sound-controlled lighting system which requires one to only whistle and the bulb lights up. Our very own Chichi Josephine interacted with the village innovator and filed the following report.
21 kilometers from Nakuru Central Business District to Bahati, we meet Daniel Gadhaiya busy fixing his antennae to scan for a clear signal for his radio station. Daniel, who was a member of Science Congress back in high school, explains his innovation journey that was also inspired by the country's development blueprint, the Vision 2030, and he wanted to be a part of those championing technological innovations by the time the blueprint comes to fruition.
Nilipokuwa shuleni nilikuwa naenda sana Science Congress, so kuna zile project ambazo nilikuwa na present, so zilikuwa about lighting, zingine ambazo zilikuwa ni about zilikuwa ni about frequencies and na kile kitu ambacho nilikuwa nafanya sana, kile ambacho nilikuwa napenda sana, nilikuwa napenda kufanya kitu practical, si kusikia, si kitu ya kusikia, nilikuwa napenda sana kufanya kitu practical.
In 2013, he invented a transmitter that broadcasted across 200 meters, and later in 2019, he came up with another that he says has been so helpful in passing important information to the community.
I did a project ambayo ilikuwa inaitwa ni transmitter, but by that time ilikuwa ina cover a range of 200 meters, about 500 meters, but sikufa moyo. From I think it was 2013, so in 2019 hapo ndio nilipata upanuzi wa mind sana, cause huwa nafanya research pore nafanya research kuhusu those transmitter, so I made a transmitter, and this a transmitter may help sana, in fact in our community, even in our area imesaidia sana, because yangu inafikisha information.
The 101.7 Mawaya FM now broadcasts across approximately 25 kilometers, a project that the villagers proudly laud as one of their own.
Yes, kibao chake Judy K, thank you Jesus, ndani ya studio za FM 107.2. Unaweza wasiliana nasi kupitia SMS number 0790529915.
Kama vile ambavyo nilikuwa na kupromise, I'm going to be back.
Kijana kona innovation mingi amefanya, tunasikiza radio mpaka tukiwa pale tunafanya kazi ya pikipiki.
Utoto yake aliaja kama ako form 1, akaendelea na vitu mingi, hata anapeleka radio huko shule, inakuwa tu ikiibaga huko miski. Kufika form 4 nikaambiwa na mwalimu, tutapisha hii kitu ya mtoto hii ndio asome, na ikawekwa, nikaitwa huko na ikawekwa.
Yes, Steve, nakuona sana pale upande wa Facebook, mkiwa na Riza, na waona tena sana, thank you, na request yenu iko njiani na kuja, usitoke.
In 2020, Daniel took his innovation a notch higher and invented a hand club bulb, and later broadened his project and invented a sound command switch which requires one to just whistle and a bulb goes on.
The first project I did ni kutengeneza a crapping sound bulb, ambayo bulb ilikuwa ina crap makofi hivi, bulb inawaka. By that time nikaangalia, nikaona maybe kuna watu ambao hawawezi kucrap, kuna watu ambao hawawezi maybe hawana mikono, maybe walemavu, so nikarealize sound, watu wengi they are gifted in sound.
He says that his personal challenges inspired him invent the system, adding that this will go a long way in assisting people with disabilities who cannot reach a light switch.
Watu wengi tumesikia, watu wengi wamekuwa shock. Nikaangalia nikaona hakuna mahali unaguza stima. So hakuna mahali ati mtaenda mwenye tu ana deal na hiyo kitu ni yule mwenye ataguza stima tu, ni yule mwenye ana install the gadget. Lakini ukiwa nyumbani tutakuwa una command tu.
His proud parents explain that Daniel has been their source of joy as they call on well-wishers to help him accomplish his dreams.
Kama huyu kijana ukimsaidia, ako na mambo mengi, ataweza kusaidia vijana wengi. Na kusaidia vijana wengi ni kusaidia Kenya yetu.
Na tulisema hii serikali yetu ni ya mahasara. Sasa kwa vyema venye serikali inaweza chukulia isaidie huyu kijana, tunaweza furahia sana.
With the dreams of becoming a great scientist, Daniel says he still believes in his dreams and now hopes to work closely with the government to realize some of his dreams.
My vision is that nitatengeneza kampuni ambayo itakuwa ni kubwa, ambayo itakuwa imehold vijana wengi sana.
Thank you Daniel.
Daniel is the great mind behind these great innovations, a clear indication that Kenya has great potential. But the question remains, who will hold their hands throughout this journey? Chichi Josephine reporting for TV47 from Bahati Sub-County, Nakuru County.
Right, it's definitely the whistling for Chichi Josephine for me. I'd definitely show you looking at that bulb and you're saying, I need that for my bedroom. Just, the blanket, then you're like, I can't even whistle right now. But definitely hope that, the CEOs are watching for Daniel Gavaia. That's definitely some brains, Kenyan made. That's definitely wonderful. Now, still in Nakuru, the story that I had run earlier. Matatu operators will resume operations in the Nakuru CBD on Tuesday next week after they were forcefully driven out of town in March 2020 in a bid to avoid congestion within the central business district. The PSVs are, however, expected to follow stringent measures by the county government to maintain order. Speaking today during a Thanksgiving service at Mashambani stage and led by Nakuru Matatu Owners Association Chairman Peter Ombugu, the stakeholders in the Matatu industry say that they're grateful to Governor Susan Kihika, adding that her decision to have them operate freely was important to the sector.
Lakini hasa ile kitu imetuleta hapa ni kushukuru gavana wetu sababu ya kuturuhusu turudi town. Imekuwa njia mrefu, lakini dakika ya mwisho Mungu ni mkubwa. Sisi zote tumeongea na lugha moja. Ningeomba watu ya matatu, hatutaki, na nirudie, hatutaki matatu zenye hazina discipline, na kuhakikishia this time around sisi zote tutafuata mashati yenye tutaweka kama wenye matatu na kama umbrella body.
Watu wengi sana wa maduka waliumia, tuliweza kupoteza hata wengine waliweza kupoteza maisha yao kwa sababu mambo yalibadilika, maisha yakabadilika.
Tumepata mashida mingi, wengi wamechotwa magari, wengine wamegonjeka, lakini sasa naona hata Mungu ametukumbuka katika huu mwaka. At least Mungu ametukumbuka, tutarudi kwa kazi zetu na turudi kwa nafasi zenye tulikuwa tunafanyia kazi.
Right, on that note, to take a short break. I'll be right back with more. Stay with us.
You are watching TV47, the home of untold stories. Win big with TV47. TV47 and win Lotto. All you need to do is watch TV47 and send 50 shillings to the paybill number 328328. Account name TV47 to enter the draw. The more you play, the higher your chances of winning if you send 50 shillings to the paybill number 328328. Account name TV47. Win Lotto. Everyone's a winner. Remember, send 50 shillings to the paybill number 328328. Account name TV47 and win with TV47 and win Lotto. This has been authorized by the Betting Control and Licensing Board of Kenya. BCLB number 000885. Play responsibly. Not for people under the age of 18.
Hey! Kaluma King Herbal Lozenges zinazo nguvu maradufu kutuliza kikohozi, vidonda vya koo na mafua. Kaluma King ni shwari.
Tika mama huyo muharifu kaiba kuku zangu, vifaranga wangu na mayai zote pia kabeba. Haya, tika mama huyo.
Maumivu yakizidi, muone daktari.
Do pimples have you covering up and hiding? Well, let's treat acne in 3 easy steps. Acne's Creamy Wash for acne-prone skin removes excess oil and dirt. Acne's Soothing Toner soothes inflammation, nourishes and hydrates skin. Acne's Sealing Gel clears acne-causing bacteria. Mentholatum Acne's, a new beginning for clear skin.
Do you dream of working in Germany as a health practitioner? Mount Kenya University, through its affiliate, Equip Africa Institute, has partnered with Hochschule Koblenz University of Applied Sciences, Germany, to train you in healthcare assistant for German hospitals. The training, which targets those who have cleared KCSE and have proficiency in German, will be conducted in 2 semesters, with successful candidates being guaranteed apprenticeship and job opportunities in partner German hospitals. January intake is in progress.
Tonadol Extra imetengenezwa kwa njia spesheli kupambana haraka na maumivu ya kichwa, mwili na hata meno. Tonadol Extra, hakika maumivu yakizidi, pata ushauri wa daktari.
It has over 80,000 members, with its presence felt through 10 branches in Kiambu and Nairobi, with an asset base of 4 billion Kenya shillings.
TAISACO was founded way back in 1992 by tea farmers.
We decided to change the name from Kiabuti Burasako now to TAISACO, so that you can be able to bring on board other sectors, civil servants, teachers.
We have the M-banking service. Our members can be able to transact at the comfort of their homes.
We have some in the US, Dubai, in the UK as well.
Tai is the Kiswahili name for eagle. It has focus.
Sikuwa na mashini hata moja, tulikuwa tunaosha na mikono. I was able kupata loan ya kwanza 80,000, nikanunua mashini ya kwanza.
Nilienda nikapewa pesa ya loan, nikanunua ng'ombe, nikaongeza sababu nilikuwa na moja.
TAISACO, that year's journey has been a game changer to all our members.
We got 40 million from Tai with easy payment terms. I will not hesitate to recommend Tai to any business person.
Usiyakubalie maumivu ya misuli kukatiza ratiba yako. Kaluma Pain Balm ni dawa ya kusugua iliyotengenezwa kutoka kwa miche maalum ili kutuliza maumivu ya misuli. Kaluma Pain Balm. Maumivu yakizidi, pata ushauri wa daktari.
Brand new shows this month. Add some drama to your life with a young convict as he seeks redemption.
Work hard to go home to your friends and your family sooner.
Revel in this dramatized docu-series about the legends of Wall Street.
Greed is healthy.
And bear witness to some of life's most embarrassing hair disorders.
All I wanted to do was be a normal teenager.
Get all the brand new shows by getting and staying connected to DStv.
Discover a world full of opportunities, a place to build your skill and see the world in a different perspective. Sensei Institute of Technology is the home to the best practical courses, giving you hands-on experience to handle the world. We offer courses such as plant operator, plant mechanics, driving and trailer driving, CCTV and alarm installation, solar installation, electrical installation, motorcycle, motor vehicle mechanics and electronics, building construction technology, welding fabrication, roads and dam construction, hospitality courses, and many more. For you to join us, ensure you have your national ID card and be ready to enjoy the ride.
Remember, my skills, my future at Sensei.
Sensei College, my skills, my future.
Sisi ndio tunabeba swag hadi ndani ya pitch. Sisi ndio the fastest, the biggest, the strongest. They wonder why. Time waliland kucheza ball na Nati, sisi tulikuwa mguu chuma. Ball ni sisi na sisi ni ball. It has always been a part of us. We are passionate, so loud, they had to tell us to keep it down. Na sasa, it's that time again. The time for us to step up, tuwakumbushe why Waafrika wana shine kwa ligi za majuu. So if you love football, love Africa. Cheer Africa. Africa ni sisi.
Are you looking for a college that will impact your practical skill sets? Trisent School of Medical Health and Science Technology offers market-driven programs in diploma and certificate levels in the schools of health sciences, social sciences, applied sciences, and business and informatics. Enroll for our January 2023 intake to enjoy seamless student experience. You deserve qualified faculty leadership to set a good guide for your career. Trisent School of Medical Health and Science Technology, partners in your journey to excellence.
Brand new entertainment on the go this November. It's a go for heritage as we explore the wonders of our extraordinary continent.
This is their home.
Yeah, this is their real home.
It's a go for adventure as a delivery boy embarks on a legendary quest.
The Dragon Blade?
And it's a go for drama as a newly drafted NFL player fights for fame and respect.
You're still trying to make the league, huh? It's the only dream I have.
Get the latest and greatest with GOtv. Love it.
You are watching TV47, the home of untold stories.
Eight minutes past the top of the hour. Thank you for staying with the home of untold stories. The family of Travis Minor, a 2-year-old child who succumbed in early October after forked jembe was lodged in his head, has dismissed allegations by Kenyatta National Hospital's management that the son could have been a victim of a fight involving his parents. And as Mike Agongo reports, the family has demanded that justice be done after alleged doctor's negligence that caused the death of the child.
It is almost 2 months after a shocking incident happened in Dola village in Kilimambogo, Thika constituency in Kiambu County. The events of that day are still fresh in the mind of Travis' mother, Judy Muthoni. On Tuesday last week, Kenyatta National Hospital had claimed that the 2-year-old who had a forked jembe lodged in his head could have been a victim of a fight involving his parents. KNH CEO Evanson Kamuri told the Senate Health Committee that after learning about the death of her son, Judy Muthoni wailed, saying the jembe had been aimed at her by her husband. The CEO also said doctors who attended to Minor doubted whether the boy sustained the injuries while playing with others. According to him, the injury sustained by baby Travis was so severe that a child could not have inflicted it. But in an exclusive conversation with TV47, Judy Muthoni denied those claims, stressing that the incident which happened at her home unfolded when she was away, before she was called and was informed what had happened.
Hiyo ni uongo. Juu hata mtoto akidungwa sikuwa. Nilikuwa chini kuchunia mbuzi. Sasa nilipokuja nilisikia hivyo. Na hata baba yao ajui uko Thika. Anaishi Murang'a. Hakuwa hapo ati ajue ni nani alimduga. Na kazi yao ilikuwa ya kushughulikia mtoto, sio kujua ati nani amemduga ama ni nini. Hiyo sio mambo yao. Mama Travis hajawahi olewa. Waliachana huyo mtoto hata akiwa mdogo kabisa, kitu miezi 6 hivyo.
According to his mother, the 2-year-old Travis Maina was hit in the head by his 6-year-old elder brother. The mother's sister Lucy Wamboi says the child was taken to Thika Level 5 hospital at 4 p.m. on that day. He was then taken for a scan to ascertain the extent of the injury before the doctors called Kenyatta National Hospital to refer the case. They were given an ambulance which rushed them to KNH at 6 p.m. They were then made to pay 1,260 shillings before the doctor who attended to them allegedly asked them to pay an additional of 20,500 shillings, an amount they did not have. The doctor, however, signed the admissions form after Wamboi showed him a photo of the child and the condition he was in.
Alikuwa amenisautia hiyo wakati wa kwanza. Saa ile wakati nirudi ya pili nikamuonyesha picha ya mtoto. Ndio alikubali kuniandikia hiyo form. Kaniandikia na akaniuliza saa hii pesa italipwa aje. Kamwambia pesa kama mtoto ametibiwa, pesa tunaweza shughulikia, naweza hata kopa. Lakini huyo mtoto angekufa kama angeshughulika. Juu hiyo masaa tulifika, tulishinda hapo usiku mzima, tulishinda hapo. Mtoto tu akiwa kwa jembe, anajembe kwa kichwa. Mtoto tu analia tu uchungu. Anasema anataka maji, anataka chai. Sasa tukawauliza, tupe mtoto chai ama maji? Akasema tusijaribu, anampeleka theater.
Last week, KNH CEO accused Wamboi of lying about being asked to pay 20,500 shillings before the baby could be attended to, and was only told how much she will need to have, as it is usually the case when someone is processing an admission. According to KNH CEO, Muthoni and company were not being entirely honest regarding the time the injury occurred, adding that she first took her son to a nearby pharmacy, where she was advised to rush him immediately to a more equipped hospital for specialized treatment.
Ile wakati mtoto alidugwa, my cousin ndiye tu alikuwa hapo. Sasa alimchukua immediately, akampeleka kwa dispensary. Huyo wa dispensary akaona yeye hawezi, akamfuga wakampeleka medical. Hakuna wakukawia, walikawia. At least washughulikie mtu akipona, fadhali waitishe pesa mtu ameshapona. Sasa walimwangalia tu juu atuko na pesa. Pesa zingekuwa angeshughulika.
The family is now pleading with the Senate Health Committee to conduct a comprehensive investigation to get justice after the alleged negligence that led to the demise of their kin.
Kuna karatasi nilikuwa nimepewa na nikaenda huko room 4 nikamuuliza ni pesa gani nalipa juu sikuwa nimeonyeshwa. Nikaenda kwa kashia akaniandikia 20,000 500. But hiyo karatasi iliachwa tu hapo kwa receptionist. Aliniitisha huyo mtu alikuwa hapo.
The investigation is meant to help identify the gaps and policy issues that bedevil the country's hospital referral system.
The unforgettable events still linger into Judy Muthoni's mind since what transpired back in Kilimambogo in October this year. Now her hope only lying on Senate's committee to see if justice will prevail. Mike Kagwongo, TV 47 from Thika constituency in Kiambu County.
Thank you, Mike Kagongo, for that extensive report. Now, at least more than 1,500 healthcare workers from Mombasa County have promised to down their tools starting midnight following a one-week strike notice demanding 2 months' salaries and 5 months' remittances. This as Linda Ugatuzi gives a 4 days ultimatum to the county governor to pay the workers, or else they file a petition proposing it to hand over its services to the national government.
Mombasa County healthcare workers have maintained that they will go on strike starting Monday, citing that they have been patient for 2 months now, saying their salaries have been delayed for a long time by the county government.
From midnight tonight, the strike is kicking on. We have loaded it well and it's going to happen.
Na majadiliano yataendelea, mgomo ukiendelea. Jambo lile linaweza kusimamisha mgomo ni nini? ni kulipwa kwa mishahara yetu.
The team, which had earlier issued a strike notice, has pointed an accusing finger at the budget controller for the consequences they are currently facing.
Na hatujapata ripoti kuwa kuna siku wamepanga budget na mgao wanaopata kutoka serikali kuu au kuweza kutimiza yale mahitaji ya jimbo la Mombasa. Kwa hivyo zile pesa zinazokwenda hatujui zilienda wapi, kwa sababu hatujaona chochote kibadilika. Na hapa tuko baharini na tunaona bahari haijakauka. Kwa hivyo bado pesa Mombasa ziko.
As a result, Professor Fred Ogola, under the Operation Linda Ugatuzi, has proposed to file a petition against the county government seeking a transfer of its city functions to the national government, as recently was the case with Nairobi City County Government and Nairobi Metropolitan Services, NMS.
The Constitution gives Kenyans right. If you cannot run a county, the county can be absorbed by the national government. It happened in Nairobi County. We can bring for you NMS here to run if you cannot run. I'm giving you just 4 days notice.
They have argued that practitioners' welfare is fundamental to an active economy capable to drive significant economic and social benefits to Mombasa residents.
A salary is a right, a service was delivered, a product was given, it should be paid for.
Productivity at work right now is very low. All the workers are demoralized, and so we feel detached from our employer. And we ask you to bear with us.
However, the county boss Abdul Somad Sharif Nasir had earlier promised to recall the county assembly to pass laws that will permit his administration to make agreements with financial institutions to pay health workers on time through overdrafts. Paul Munio, TV 47, Mombasa.
Thanks, Paul Manioke Abdallah, for that. Now, there are fears that legal slaughter of donkeys could lead to a sharp decline in the population in the country. It is estimated that between 2016 to 2018, more than 300,000 donkeys were slaughtered, which translates to 15% of all donkeys in the country. This has forced a group of women from Kibauni in Mwala, Machakos County to gather to reject the sale and slaughter of donkeys.
Katulani Mwala is where these mothers appreciate the usefulness of donkeys.
Mimi ni mfugaji wa punda. Na hiyo nimekaa na hiyo punda kwa zaidi ya miaka 15. Na hiyo punda inanisaidia sana.
Niko na funda 2. Na hizo funda naitunza vizuri kabisa kwa sababu ndio iko na maisha yangu.
But now the existence of this animal is in danger due to legal slaughter, after a court lifted up the ban on the slaughter of donkeys for both meat and hide.
Kutoka kuzaliwa kwangu mimi naishi na funda. Na sasa ukiangalia maisha yangu, watoto wangu nimelea na funda. Sitaki mtu anguse funda. Sitaki mtu ati awe anatumia funda vibaya. Hiyo funda maisha yangu ndio natumianga.
It is estimated that Machakos County there are 23,348 donkeys, many of which at risk of diseases or being slaughtered.
Kwa wale wanachinja funda ni kama wanatuua, kwa sababu funda ndio maisha yetu yote.
Officials from the Inner Days Organization, a non-governmental organization, argue that it's time for the society and Kenyans in large to take care of donkey as a personal responsibility.
For some time, the slaughterhouses were banned, but through the court, the High Court, the slaughterhouses were opened, but we know that there are conditions that were given. And one of the conditions that was given is about the doggy breeding. It's a challenge to improve the breeding, the population of the donkeys, because they are naturally slow in giving birth.
According to Dr. David Waweru, the County Director General of Animal Treatment in Machakos County, the number of donkeys is decreasing and it is time for important measures to be taken to preserve these animals.
They normally say that if you own a donkey, you own a pickup that does not consume fuel. The donkey is a vulnerable animal. When the donkey gets sick, the owner kind of neglected Now that it's no longer useful to him, then they neglect it. There is that